Hey guys, it's Jake. I'm sitting here in my apartment staring at my phone, trying to get the courage to tell you this. My hands are still shaking, and I've got this knot in my chest that won't go away. What happened to me last weekend in Michigan's Upper Peninsula? It's real, I swear. I'm not making this up. I've been hunting deer since I was 12, but nothing prepared me for this. I'm still not sure how I'm alive to talk about it. If you're watching, just brace yourself, okay? This is going to be hard to get through. It was Saturday, just before dawn. The kind of cold that bites into your bones. I was out near Marquette, where my family's got this old hunting cabin my grandpa built. I'd been tracking this buck for days, a big one, with antlers like something out of a magazine. I figured that morning was my chance to get him. I had my .308 rifle, my backpack with some jerky, a thermos of black coffee, and a knife strapped to my belt. I felt ready, you know. The woods were silent. Just the crunch of snow under my boots and my breath puffing out in little clouds. I found a clearing with fresh deer tracks, maybe an hour old, and crouched behind a fallen log to wait. The air smelled sharp, like pine and frost, and I could feel the quiet settling over me. I was in the zone, scanning the tree line, and when I heard it, a howl, low, guttural, like it came from somewhere deep in the earth. It stopped me cold. Wolves aren't rare up here, but they usually keep their distance from people. I whispered to myself, "It's fine, Jake. Just one wolf, probably miles off." But then another howl answered it. Closer, then a third, then a fourth. My stomach twisted up tight. This wasn't just one wolf, it was a pack. I tried to stay calm, taking a sip of coffee to keep my hands from shaking. The sun was starting to creep up, but the woods stayed dark, all shadows and mist weaving through the pines. The howls kept coming, circling around me like they were mapping me out. I'm no rookie. I've heard wolves before, seen their tracks in the snow, but this felt wrong. Like they weren't just passing through, like they were hunting me. I gripped my rifle tighter, my knuckles turning white. "They'll move on," I muttered, but my voice sounded so small, like the trees were swallowing it. Then I saw them, eyes first, glinting like cold fire in the half-light. 6 pairs, low to the ground, staring right at me from the edge of the clearing. My breath caught in my throat. These weren't just wolves. They were huge, their fur bristling, their bodies lean and tense like they were ready to spring. I couldn't move, couldn't think. I just stared back, my heart pounding so hard I thought it had burst. I raised my rifle, not to aim, just to look bigger like my dad taught me. "Get out of here," I shouted, my voice cracking like I was a scared kid. They didn't budge, just stood there, their breath steaming in the cold, their eyes locked on me. I could feel the weight of their stare, like they were peeling me apart, seeing right through me. I started backing up, slow, toward the cabin, maybe a mile away, maybe more. I kept talking to myself, trying to hold it together. "You're okay, Jake. Just keep moving. They're not going to follow." But they did. Every step I took, they matched, fanning out through the trees like they were cutting off my escape. Their paws crunched the snow, a steady rhythm that echoed my own. I glanced back, and one was closer, too close. Its lips were curled back, teeth glinting like knives in the dim light. I swung my rifle and yelled, "Back off!" It paused, but the others kept coming, silent, relentless, their eyes never leaving me. I don't know how long I walked. Felt like hours, but maybe it was less. Time got all blurry out there. The cabin was still too far, and the wolves weren't letting up. I was sweating through my coat, my legs burning, my throat raw from shouting. I kept muttering, "Why me? What do they want?" My voice sounded pathetic, swallowed by the endless trees. Every time I thought I'd lost them, I'd see those eyes again, flashing between the pines, or hear a low growl that made my skin crawl. I tried climbing a rocky ridge, thinking I could lose them in the boulders. But they were faster, smarter. One cut me off at the top, just standing there, its head lowered, staring like it was daring me to move. I screamed, "What do you want?" like it could answer. My chest was so tight I could barely breathe, my vision going spotty. I was losing it, guys. I started praying out loud, "Please, God, get me out of this." I'm not even religious, but I was desperate, babbling like I was begging for my life. The sun was up now, but the forest was still so dark, like the trees were choking out the light. I was gasping, my lungs screaming, my pack bouncing against my back. The wolves, they weren't even winded. They were toying with me, wearing me down. Like this was a game to them? I kept thinking about my dad, how he'd say, "Never show fear to an animal." But I was terrified, guys. I've never been so scared in my life. Every step felt like it could be my last. I saw the cabin through the trees, just a glimpse of its red roof between the branches. I almost sobbed. "I'm gonna make it," I whispered, my voice hoarse. "I'm gonna make it." I broke into a sprint, my legs wobbling like they were gonna give out, my heart pounding in my ears. The wolves sped up too, their snarls tearing through the air. I could hear them so close, their claws scraping the snow, their breaths hot and heavy. I didn't dare look back. I couldn't. The cabin was right there, maybe 50 yards. I was screaming, "Almost there, almost there," like it was the only thing keeping me going. I hit the door, fumbled with the latch, my hands were shaking so bad I dropped my rifle in the snow. I cursed, "Come on, come on," and finally got the door open. I threw myself inside, slammed it shut, and slid to the floor, gasping like I'd been underwater. I sat there, listening, waiting for them to scratch at the door or smash through the window. But there was nothing. No howls, no pause, just silence. My whole body was trembling, my shirt soaked with sweat, my mouth dry as sand. I stayed there for hours, too scared to move, just staring at the door. When I finally got the nerve to peek outside, the wolves were gone. No tracks, no sign, just my rifle lying there in the snow, like nothing had happened. I grabbed it and locked myself back in. I didn't sleep that night. Kept hearing those howls in my head, seeing those eyes in every shadow. I left at first light, drove straight home, and I haven't been back to those woods since. I don't know if I ever will. Guys, I'm telling you, this wasn't just wolves. I've seen wolves before. They don't act like that. It felt like they were after something more, like they wanted my soul or something crazy. I know that sounds nuts, but I can't explain it any other way. Every time I close my eyes, I'm back in those woods, with those eyes on me, those snarls in my ears. If you're ever up in the Upper Peninsula, be careful. I thought I knew those forests, thought I was tough enough to handle anything. I was wrong. Stay safe, okay? I'm just glad I'm still here to warn you.